Greetings and salutations, Geo Nerds! What's this amazing big hole in the South Australian desert got to do with this amazing crater on Venus and this beautiful looking stuff? Well, hang around, we'll find out together. Well, today, folks, we're above Adelaide, the height of one of Electric Jesus' satellites, 320 kilometres. We're heading north, and we're heading to a place called Mount Toondina, and it's up near Oodnadatta, and there it is. And look, there's the Mount Toondina and the Mount Toondina impact structure. There we go, in the South Australian desert, a beautiful big hole being punched quite some time ago. We'll talk more about this. It's about 24 k's south of Oodnadatta, and this structure's about 3 or 4 kilometres round, depending on how you measure it. And it's interesting because it is a polygonal impact crater. It is not round. If you look, it's actually pretty much hexagonal, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. And yeah, this structure has been punched straight through the desert, and we will go and have a look at some more details because it's interesting. Well, greetings, Geo Nerds. Here we are heading down into South Australia into the Gawler Craton and the Mount Toondina impact crater site. It's up there. We'll have a look at something a bit better. You know, this is a very important part of Australia. You've got, there's the impact site, Oodnadatta up there, William Creek, very famous, Coober Pedy, of course. And of course the Ghan Railway goes through there, so that's always important. It's the Arkaringa Basin. This is going to be huge in Australia. This is full of gas, it's full of petroleum, it's got uranium, it's got gold, it's got gemstones, everything. Here's our impact crater, Mount Toondina. As you can see, it's a polygonal impact crater. It's hexagonal in shape, not much to look at, but it's just punched straight through the strata. Here's a geostat map of it, and it's because it's punched through the Artesian Basin. All the minerals have come up with the water over the 100 million years that this has been here. So we're going to see some minerals that are obviously water-based. Here's all the impact craters in Australia, most of them anyway, and the one we're looking at is about 100 million years old, so it puts us back in the Cretaceous era. And here's a geology map of it. It's pretty stark. That is where it's punched through the strata and all of the minerals and clays that have come up through it over the years from the Artesian Basin. And I thought I'd put a radiological map in. So these are the radioisotopes, and as you can see, the waters from the Artesian Basin have brought up uranium in particular, thorium, potassium over the years. This is a gold mine. This is the Challenger gold mine. It's a bit further south than here, but you can see the type of country they're punching this through, and this stuff is producing some really good gold. And this is, again, a hydrothermal gold. It also produces a mineral called celestite, and it's essentially a strontium sulfate. So, you know, your red fireworks and various glass that's used for X-ray work has to have strontium. Here's a geological map of South Australia. As I have said before, this is not for beginners, but let me tell you, that top area is worth hundreds of billions, not millions, billions of dollars to Australia now and in the future. You name it, it's there. Lithium, uranium, thorium, every mineral we're going to need in the future, including petroleum and including gas, it's all there, and they're finding it now. So, you know, we look at South Australia and you see Adelaide and the fertile areas and you go, oh yeah, the rest of it's just deserts, not used for much. Yeah, wrong. It's very, very important to Australia's future. And this little meteor crater's punched right through just south of Oodnadatta, about 20 k's or so south of Oodnadatta. And yeah, I'm not sure if you can drive to it. There probably is a road there because they've done a lot of petroleum exploration up there, and they're finding it, I guarantee you that. But it is also different because this is not a round crater. It's a polygon, as you can see by the diagram before. It's got about 6 sides, thereabouts. So this brings us to a whole new subject. We're just going to touch on it here. I'll do a bigger video on it. It's actually fairly complicated and I don't understand it yet. And this is called polygonal impact craters, PICs. We'll call them PICs. Now, these are not unusual. They're unusual on Earth, but they're not unusual. This is the one we just looked at, of course, Tundina. It's obviously hexagonal. You can see that, and there's no argument about that. Gosses Bluff, which we looked at a couple of weeks ago, it is also polygonal. It is not circular. It probably was hexagonal. It's been mashed up, but it's probably square if you look at it. See, that's Gosses Bluff up in Central Australia, and of course this one could be on the moon, but they tend not to have a car park and a gift shop on the moon. This is Meteor Crater in Arizona, or Beringer Crater. And it's obviously not round either, it's square. So when we come off the Earth, we say, oh, it's the atmosphere. Well, this is the moon, and the moon's got hexagonal craters. So people could say, oh, well, it's the strata they're going through. Yeah, maybe, or maybe not. Because if we go up to Mars, we see very few polygonal craters on Mars. They're there. This is a circular crater. I thought we'd have a look at one. We haven't seen one yet. So this is a genuinely circular crater. You can see that. We do see these on Earth, obviously, but not many. This is Venus. And a great deal of the craters on Venus are polygonal craters. And you can see these guys in front of us here. They're basically hexagonal. Some of them are squares. Very few of them are round. And some Poindexter has done a survey of all the large craters on Venus. And the ones marked in red are polygonal. The ones marked in white are circular. So as you can see, there's a lot more study to be done here. Well, it's not just the Earth, Mars or Venus, because this is Mercury. And as you can see, there are a lot of polygonal impact craters on Mercury. I'm not going to count them, but you can see them. They're quite common, and this is a very low gravity planet with a very strange surface and absolutely no atmosphere. So there you go, more study is required. Well, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Intriguing. More on PICs. Keep rocking. T-Rocks out.